This is the Genesis GV60, a fully electric SUV that offers value and luxury the Korean way. It's got tough competition though, rivals like the Tesla Model Y and the Audi Q4 e-tron. But is this worth considering? Is it better than its rivals? Keep watching to find out. Now before we get into it, I just want to confirm Genesis has got nothing to do with Phil Collins. It's actually a standalone luxury car brand owned by Hyundai, who also own Kia. Think Hyundai and Kia tech, value and reliability, but with added luxury. Genesis actually really remind me of Lexus because not only do they offer value and reliability, but they're a little bit edgy with the design too. I mean, just look at it. It doesn't really look like everything that you see on the road, does it? The GV60 is a cross between a coupe, an SUV and a hatchback. A cuffback? As standard, it comes with these quad LED headlights and heated folding mirrors. Wheels-wise, you get 19-inch alloys, but these are the 21-inch ones that come with top trim. And with that, you'll also get black brake calipers too. Or, if you're feeling extra snazzy, you can get them painted lime green, like this. That'll cost you a few extra £100 though. Something else that looks snazzy and won't cost you anything extra are these door handles. They actually fold out at an angle and fold completely back into the car, and I think that looks quite cool. These roof rails and the fixed pan roof are part of the upgraded sunroof pack, and around the back you get privacy glass as standard, along with quad rear lights and a spoiler. I think it looks a little bit like a BMW X6. What do you think? In terms of size, it's smaller than the Tesla Model Y in all directions. It's not as long or as tall as the Audi Q4 e-tron, but it is wider. Colour-wise, you get white for free, but you can upgrade to a choice of metallic paint for an extra £740. You've got a selection of matte paint choices too, like this one. This one's called Matterhorn White. That'll set you back £1,100. But it looks smart though, don't you think? Anyway, shall we talk engines? I mean motors. I don't think I'm going to give that joke up until 2030. There's 3 motors to choose from, and each motor is only available with a different trim level. There's Premium, Sport and Sport Plus. Premium is the entry-level trim that gives you a single motor and 229 horsepower. It's rear-wheel drive and priced from just under 54 grand. The next trim up is Sport, which gives you larger wheels, 2 motors, 318 horsepower, and it's all-wheel drive. That'll cost you around 4.5 grand extra. The top trim is Sport Plus, which is this one. It's dual motor, all-wheel drive, and it has electronic slip diff. It's the most performance-focused of the 3, and it gives you just shy of 500 horsepower. Prices for this start from just over 67.5 grand. You do get other features thrown in for your money with the different trim levels, but first, I've got to show you this interior. Wow. What do you think? Told you it was good. It feels like a luxury office pod on wheels. It's got these CEO style seats, side table like centre console, and this monitor that stretches across the dash. And look, the glove box even pulls out like a drawer. Now this isn't as big as a Tesla Model Y. That thing is like a whale. But this has got an ample amount of space for you to feel comfortable, and I really like how it's laid out. You've got some storage space in here. That's enough for like a drinks bottle. You've got 2 cup holders. Down here you've got a little bit of space. I don't know what you've put in there, but I'm sure you'll find something. Under here you've got wireless phone charger and some storage space under the armrest, which is full of my phones. My job is legitimate, by the way. Keys, makeup, you know, all the usual stuff. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather, it adjusts electrically, and you get these shift paddles. Behind it, you've got a digital dash which shows you all your driving data. All that is standard. You've got your infotainment touchscreen here, which is responsive, but the best part is you've got 2 things to back it up. Analog things, old school things that we like. You've got this rotary wheel selector. Woo! Look at that. And you've got these buttons. Lots of shortcuts so you don't have to faff. I like it. The car comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard, but you'll need to use your phone cable if you want to connect to those. You get sat-nav, front and rear parking sensors, smart cruise control, and a reversing camera with these magic lines. When you're reversing, the car projects the lines onto the road so that you can see better, and it lets everyone know that you're reversing. They're so handy at night, especially when you need to pull out of a busy car park. Everyone seems to stop and let you out first. Wizardry. Now, as usual with Hyundai Group products, you get great safety features as standard, but you can customise them using this screen. Turn them off, turn them up, turn them down, it's your choice. Now, one of the optional extras that I would highly recommend you looking at, if you can stretch, is the Innovation Pack, which gives you upgraded headlights that improve visibility, blind spot monitor, just flick the indicator and the cameras show you a live video of what's in your blind spot. There's a feature in it as well that warns you if you're reversing and something comes into the road, and you can park and pull out of a car parking space with the remote. And you get a 360-degree camera and head-up display. Now, it's going to cost you £2,800 at the moment, but you get a lot of stuff. Another optional extra worth considering considering, especially if you are a person who loves their music, is the Bang & Olufsen upgraded sound system. It sounds great, but I will admit I've not tried the one that you get standard, and I'm sure that's not bad, but this is good. What's really worth a mention are these comfy seats. They're heated, ventilated and electrically adjustable with the driver's massage function. The rear seats are heated too, and that's all as standard. Now, you used to have to pay for this, but you don't anymore. Thanks, Genesis. Now, if you get premium or sport, you're not going to get these seats. You're going to get a premium pleather, so a fake leather. But because this is Sport Plus, you get this lovely buttery soft Napa leather, which is very nice. Something else that you get with Sport Plus is this lovely velour material that lines the roof, this pillar and the insides of the door. This velour makes the suede in my car feel like a Brillo pad. Everything you touch in here feels premium and really well made, and you get so much tech as standard. But the features don't stop there. Let me show you in the back. It's a luxury life back here. You've got your heated seats which recline. Ooh, there we go. You've got your little sun visor when you don't want to see anybody outside. No paparazzi, please. I'll be back in 5. Anyway, I shouldn't be napping on the job. You've got your cup holders and a space for drinks in the door too, and you've got some USB-C ports. But it does feel comfier than a Tesla Model Y in the back or the Audi Q4 e-tron, in my opinion, as long as you're not sat in the middle though. I don't think anyone's going to be particularly comfortable for a long time there, unless they're very small. Now, something cool that you can get with this car, which is also an optional extra, is called vehicle to load. You get this plug socket here in the back between the rear seats, and you get an adapter to use outside, so you can plug something in from outside of the car. Basically, you can turn your car into an electric generator. Pretty cool. So now we've covered the rear space, what about in the boot? Let me show you. The boot will open and close electronically as standard. All you have to do is use your key, or you can press the button next to the steering wheel. But I should think so as well for this amount of money. All cars should do that when you're paying this price. With the seats up, you get 432 litres, and with them down, you get 1550 litres. You get a small fruit, that's a front boot, but the storage can't compete with the Model Y, which has got a bigger fruit, and the actual boot is double the size of the GV60, with the seats up and down. Compared to the Audi Q4 e-tron, the GV60 has less room with the seats up, but with them down, it's got a little more. In terms of space and practicality, the GV60 is suitable for most, in my opinion. Alright, it doesn't have the space of the Tesla Model Y, but it is better suited to British roads. Speaking of roads, shall we see what it's like to drive? Don't worry, I haven't forgot about the range and the charging. This thing is electric after all. I'm getting there. There's just a lot you need to know about this car. To get it going, press the button and this crystal ball thing turns over and reveals the gear selector. Ta-da! Turn it into D and we're off. This car is actually really easy to drive. It's really smooth and it's fast. You've got 3 drive modes to choose from. Eco, comfort and sport. I put it into comfort then. Eco is going to reduce your power, but it is going to save you miles. Comfort, as you can see, gives you more horses. And sport, sport actually is going to give you all the horses, and that's where you can access that almost 500 horsepower. When you put the car into sport mode, the seats will hug you a little bit more. You get that lumbar support. And that's basically the seats telling you that you need to hold on. Now, if you press this button here, the boost button, that'll get you from 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds. That's addictive. It corners really well, even in the wet, and it can grip. That's that all-wheel drive system. The all-wheel drive versions get snow mode, and the premium and the Sport Plus get drift mode. But I won't be using either of those because I'm on a public road and there's no snow. The ride is comfy, even with the larger wheels and the low profile tyres. I probably think the premium is going to be a bit more comfortable though. Now, when you're driving around locally and you meet a rough road, which is pretty typical in Britain, you will feel most of the bumps, lumps and holes. There is a little thud through the cabin. Compared to the Tesla Model Y, it's a much better ride though. It's better than most of its rivals too. The Tesla Model Y for me felt like I was on a plastic sled going over some cobbled streets because That is not a great suspension. The GV60 definitely trumps the competition in the drive department. But what about when it comes to electric range and charging? Each trim level has a different range. The premium single motor version is said to give you up to 321 miles, which is more than the equivalent Tesla Model Y. The sport dual motor version gives you up to 292 miles, which is less than the equivalent Model Y. And the Sport Plus gives you up to 289 miles, again, less than the equivalent Model Y. They're the official WLTP combined figures, so always take them with a pinch of salt. It's going to depend on how you drive, where you're driving, and the temperature. I'm currently getting 226 miles in this Sport Plus, and that includes motorway miles, sometimes passengers, the heated seat and steering wheel being on, and charging my phone. All trims get a heat pump as standard, which acts as a range extender. They also have battery conditioning, which means you can heat the battery up before you charge for more optimum charging. Speaking of charging, the GV60 will charge from 0 to 100% on a 7.4 kilowatt home charger in 10.5 hours. It'll charge from 20 to 80% on a 50 kilowatt public charger in an hour. And if you can find a 350 kilowatt charger, it'll do 10 to 80% in just 18 minutes. Not bad. So overall, what's the verdict? Is the Genesis GV60 a car worth considering? And how does it fare against its rivals, the Tesla Model Y and the Audi Q4 e-tron? Well, for me, it's one of the best in its class. It's a premium, family-friendly EV that's well built, loaded with tech and easy to live with. It drives well and offers a lot of value for money, especially when you consider the Genesis Care package which you get as standard. That includes 5 years unlimited mileage warranty, 5 years breakdown cover and 5 years free servicing. They'll also pick your car up and drop it back off to you when you're having servicing and repairs done. I mean, come on, let's be honest. That ain't happening at Tesla or Audi. While the Tesla Model Y is bigger and a little bit faster, the GV60's got better ride quality, better build quality, and I think it's better value for money. But it's worth mentioning that the Model Y is going to give you access to Tesla's supercharger network, which the Genesis isn't going to give you. If you're doing high mileage, that may be one to consider. The Audi Q4 e-tron is arguably more handsome, but that's subjective, and it's not as fast. It doesn't have as many features as standard, and definitely isn't as engaging to drive. So if you're going to get one, which trim should you go for? My pick is definitely the premium entry-level spec. You get really good features as standard, and it's got the most range out of the three options. I think if you can stretch, you should definitely consider the innovation pack, because that'll make life so much easier for you. But that's if it's in your budget. If not, it's not a biggie. Chef's kiss, Genesis. If you're looking for a premium, fully electric SUV and you want value, luxury and a 5-year care plan, I'd definitely get the Genesis GV60 on your shortlist. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing car content, if I do say so myself.